It's 3 a.m., and the room is thick with the smell of cold coffee and failure. Papers everywhere, coffee cups forming a graveyard on the desk, a single flickering lamp casting shadows that look like they're crawling up the walls. And there he sits, Marcus, 26 years old, staring at a blank screen like it might suddenly write itself. His finger hovers over the keyboard, trembling, then pulls back. Tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow when I'm fresh, when my mind is clear, when I actually feel like doing this. He's been saying that for 37 days straight. On the wall behind him, there's a calendar. Red circles, crossed out dates, the word START written so many times the paper's worn through. Marcus closes the laptop. Another day dies before it began. Then, a voice cuts through the silence. Low, gravelly, coming from the corner he thought was empty. 37 days. Marcus spins around, heart hammering in his chest. What? Who? How did you? An old man sits on a wooden crate in the corner. Weathered face, eyes that look like they've seen this exact scene 1,000 times before. He holds a cracked teacup. Steam rises slow. He wasn't there a second ago. Or was he? 37 days since you first said you'd start. I counted them for you. Marcus feels his stomach drop.
You don't understand. I just can't do it today. I'm waiting for the right mood, the right light. I'm waiting for the motivation to be perfect. The old man didn't look up from his tea. He just let the silence sit there for a moment. Long enough for Marcus to hear how hollow his own words sounded. You'll be waiting in this room until they carry you out in a box. Perfection is the coffin of progress. The room feels smaller suddenly. All those abandoned projects, the guitar with broken strings in the corner, the half-read books stacked like monuments to good intentions, the sketches that never became paintings. They're not just clutter, they're graves. The old man's eyes drift down to a journal on the floor. It falls open to an entry, dated 3 years ago. This is it. This year I finally start. No more excuses. Dust covers the words now. That guitar, when's the last time you touched it? That painting, you were going to finish it when you had more time. Those books, all about how to start, none of them started. Each one, a ghost of who Marcus thought he'd become.
Marcus stands abruptly, starts pacing. Caged animal energy. I'm waiting for motivation. That feeling, that spark that makes it feel possible, that makes me actually want to do it. Stop. The word lands like a hammer. Motivation. You think it comes before the work? It doesn't. Motivation is what happens after you start moving. It's the reward for beginning, not the requirement. You're addicted to someday. Someday when you have time. Someday when the conditions are perfect. Someday when the angels sing and the universe gives you permission. The old man sets his cup down. But someday is a drug, and you're overdosing on it.
Marcus's hands ball into fists. So what am I supposed to do? Just start? Even though it'll be terrible? Even though I'll embarrass myself? Even though I'll fail? The old man stands, moves toward the window. Dawn light is starting to bleed through the glass now. First hint of morning. The old man doesn't turn around when he speaks. You're already failing. Right now, this moment, every second you sit here, you're failing in slow motion. You've just gotten so good at it that you've convinced yourself it's called being careful. Let me tell you what nobody else will, son. You don't have forever. Every day you wait isn't preparation, it's death. Slow, comfortable death.
Marcus sits down hard. The chair groans under him. I'm scared. First honest thing he's said all night. A single tear escapes down his cheek. The mask cracks.
The old man's voice softens, just a little, but it doesn't lose its edge. Good. Fear means it matters. Fear means you actually care about something. He moves back to the desk, picks up a pen, an ordinary ballpoint pen, holds it out. But you've confused fear with a stop sign. It's not. Fear is a compass. It points you toward exactly what you need to do. The old man starts circling, slow, deliberate. You want to know the real tragedy. Most people walking around out there are ghosts. They're alive, breathing, eating, sleeping, but they're not living. They had something they wanted to create, something they wanted to say, someone they wanted to become, and they waited. They waited for perfect. They waited until it was too late. Dawn breaks fully now. Light cuts through the window like a knife, slicing through all that darkness. The clutter is still there, but somehow it looks different now. Less like a prison, more like raw material.
What if I start and it's terrible? What if it proves I should have waited? What if I fail so badly that everyone sees I was right to be scared?
The old man moves toward the door. His hand finds the handle. Then you'll have your answer, and you can finally stop hiding from the truth and start living with it. But here's what will actually happen. The moment you start, even badly, even terribly, you become someone different. You become someone who acts instead of someone who wishes. And that person can't be killed by failure. The old man stands in the doorway, silhouetted against the morning light flooding in from the hallway. You know what happens in 5 years if you start today. 5 years of rough drafts. 5 years of terrible first attempts that became second attempts, that became something real. 5 years of proof you existed, proof you were here. The silence hangs heavy between them. Marcus knows what's coming next. You know what happens if you don't. 5 more years of asking yourself when you'll finally start living. 5 more years of being a ghost in your own life. The door closes. The old man is gone. Or was he ever really there at all? Marcus sits alone now. The room is exactly the same. The mess, the abandoned dreams, the coffee cups. But something's different. His hand moves toward the laptop. The trembling has stopped. He opens it, places his fingers on the keys, takes a breath, types 3 words, deletes them. They were terrible. Types again. The words are still ugly, still wrong, still imperfect, but they're there. They exist. This is terrible, but it's here. I'm here. The room transforms around him. Not cleaner. The mess is still there, but it feels different now. The mess of creation, not the mess of decay. Marcus keeps typing, badly, awkwardly, imperfectly. The prison was never locked. Someday was just a beautiful word for never, and he believed it because never felt safer than now. But now he's terrible. And terrible means alive. You're not waiting for the right moment. You're waiting for permission to be imperfect. Permission denied. Start anyway.